In the world of celebrity couples, some love stories feel unbreakable. The kind that makes you believe in second chances, in redemption, in forever. Jelly Roll and Bunny XO weren't just another Hollywood romance. They were the definition of ride or die. From prison letters to Grammy nominations. From rock bottom to the top of the country music charts. But behind the matching tattoos, the viral TikToks, and the public declarations of love, something was crumbling. What you're about to discover will change everything you thought you knew about this power couple. Because the truth is more devastating than anyone could have imagined. This is Edge of Entertainment. And this is the real story. Let's go back to where it all began. 2016, Jason DeFord, better known as Jelly Roll, was a struggling rapper from Nashville with a criminal past that haunted him. Multiple arrests, time behind bars, a man who thought he'd never escape his demons. And then, he met her, Bunny XO, real name, Bunny DeFord, a fierce, unapologetic entrepreneur, podcast host, and former model who built an empire on her own terms. She didn't just see a struggling artist with a criminal record. She saw the man behind the mistakes. Their love story became legendary. Jelly Roll has told the story countless times. How Bunny believed in him when no one else did. How she stood by him through the struggles, the late nights, the financial hardships. In 2016, they made it official. A wedding that was pure, raw, and real. They even got matching tattoos, permanent symbols of a love they swore would never die. "She saved my life," Jelly Roll said in a 2022 interview, tears in his eyes. "Without Bunny, I'd be dead or in prison. She's my angel." Together, they became unstoppable. Jelly Roll's music career exploded. Son of a Sinner became a massive hit. Grammy nominations followed, CMT Awards, standing ovations. And through it all, Bunny was there, front row, crying tears of pride. The woman who never gave up on her husband's dreams. On social media, they were goals. Bunny's podcast, Dumb Blonde, featured intimate conversations with Jelly. They were raw about their struggles, their therapy sessions, their commitment to growth. They became the ultimate example of love conquering all. But behind the filtered Instagram posts and the heartfelt speeches, cracks were forming. The first sign came in early 2024, and if you weren't paying attention, you missed it. January 17th, 2024. Bunny XO posts a cryptic message on her Instagram story. "Sometimes the hardest part of growth is realizing you're growing in different directions." It was deleted within 3 hours. But the internet never forgets. Fans began to notice things. Small things. Things that, alone, meant nothing. But together, they painted a troubling picture. Jelly Roll stopped wearing his wedding ring during performances. Bunny was absent from his Grammy Awards appearance, an event she would have never missed. Their joint TikTok account went silent. Then came the podcast episode that changed everything. March 2024. Bunny releases an episode titled, "When Love Isn't Enough." No guest, just her. 37 minutes of raw, unfiltered emotion. "I've always been the person who fights for love, who believes you can work through anything. But what happens when you've given everything, and it's still not enough?" She never mentioned Jelly by name. She didn't have to. Meanwhile, Jelly Roll's behavior was changing. Friends close to the couple reported that he was spending more time on the road, more time in the studio, more time away. In interviews, he seemed distant, distracted. When asked about Bunny, his answers became shorter, less passionate. "She's great," he'd say. No stories, no emotion, just empty words. And then came April 12th, 2024, the day everything went silent. Within a 24-hour period, both Jelly Roll and Bunny XO deleted hundreds of photos from their social media accounts. Photos of them together, anniversary posts, birthday tributes. Gone. The message was clear. Something was very wrong. May 2024. TMZ breaks the story that sends shockwaves through the entertainment world. Jelly Roll and Bunny XO. Trouble in paradise. Sources close to the couple revealed that Jelly Roll had moved out of their Nashville mansion. He was staying in a rented property across town. They hadn't been seen together in weeks. But the real story? It was so much deeper than anyone realized. According to insiders, the issues had been building for years. The same fame that brought Jelly Roll success was tearing their marriage apart. He was on the road 200+ days a year. Stadium tours, international shows, meeting fans, doing press, living the dream he'd always wanted. But Bunny? She was building her own empire. Her podcast was thriving. Her businesses were growing. She didn't want to just be Jelly Roll's wife. They became two different people, a source revealed. The couple that fell in love in 2016 doesn't exist anymore. They grew, but not together. Friends say they tried everything: couples therapy, communication exercises, taking breaks from work to reconnect. But the damage was done. There were also whispers, unconfirmed, but persistent, of deeper issues. Trust problems, arguments about having children. Jelly struggles with his past trauma resurfacing. And then there was the other rumor. The one that, if true, would explain everything. Multiple sources claimed that Jelly Roll had grown unusually close to someone on his touring team. A creative collaborator. Someone he spent hours with in the studio. Bunny allegedly confronted him. He denied any wrongdoing. But the trust? The foundation of their relationship? It was shattered. By June 2024, they were living completely separate lives. The divorce? It was only a matter of time. June 28, 2024. The announcement comes, not through a publicist, not through a carefully crafted Instagram post, through court documents. Bunny XO files for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. She's requesting spousal support, division of their substantial assets, and wants to keep several of their shared properties. The couple's combined net worth is estimated at over $20 million. This isn't just a breakup. It's a massive financial split. Hours after the news breaks, Jelly Roll posts a statement on Instagram. Sometimes two people can love each other deeply and still not be meant to walk the same path. Bunny will always have my respect and gratitude. She changed my life. But we've both grown into people who need different things. Please respect our privacy as we navigate this painful time. Simple, respectful, heartbreaking. Bunny's response comes 2 days later, and it's much more revealing. I gave 7 years of my life to supporting someone else's dream. I stood by through everything. The arrests, the relapses, the doubt. I was there when no one else believed. But I lost myself in the process. I forgot that I matter too. This isn't about anger. It's about choosing me for once. The statement goes viral. Millions of women relate to her words. The pain of losing yourself while supporting someone else. The exhaustion of being the strong one. The internet is divided. Some support Bunny completely. Others accuse her of abandoning Jelly when he finally made it. But the truth is never black and white. In the months following the announcement, both Jelly Roll and Bunny throw themselves into their work. Jelly announces a new album, reportedly his most personal yet, titled After the Fall. Bunny expands her podcast empire, launches a new business venture, and becomes an advocate for women going through divorce. They're both moving forward. But the scars? Those will take time to heal. The story of Jelly Roll and Bunny XO is a modern tragedy. It's proof that love, no matter how strong, can't survive if two people grow in opposite directions. They gave us hope. They showed us that redemption is possible, that broken people can build beautiful things together. But they also showed us something equally important, that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let go. Jelly Roll will continue making music. Bunny will continue building her empire. And maybe, that's how this story was always supposed to end. Not with them together, but with them both becoming who they were always meant to be. What do you think? Were they doomed from the start? Or could they have made it work? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more celebrity deep dives. And remember, love is beautiful, but so is growth, even when it means growing apart. This has been Edge of Entertainment. Heavy use of archival footage, dramatic text overlays for key quotes, timeline graphics, split screens for contrast, social media screenshot recreations, cinematic color grading, desaturated for drama, 4 to 5 distinct music beds, heavy use of silence for dramatic effect, sound design, heartbeat sounds, record scratch transitions, rapid cuts during intense moments, slow, contemplative moments during emotional beats, strategic use of pauses for viewer retention, opening with the conclusion creates mystery, multiple what happens next moments, viewer question at in drives comments, chapter markers for rewatchability.